Erosion is the process of eroding or being eroded by water, wind, or natural agents. Now, southeastern Nigeria is affected by massive and expanding gully erosion and an advanced form of land degradation. The root causes of gully erosion are complex, but climate change is a major culprit in Nigeria. The impact is clear: loss of farmland, vegetation, isolation of villages, and the loss of life. This morning, we have the project coordinator, Newmap, with us in the studio. That is engineer Izuchukwu Onwara. He is here with us this morning. I am Chioma Nkwanta. This is actually a special edition. He is here to discuss erosion in Abia and the way forward. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, moderator. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning, audience.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So, first of all, what is Newmap?
Newmap is an acronym. The full meaning is Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project. It's a World Bank assisted intervention in the area of land degradation and watershed management. And the project came on stream in the last but one administration under Jonathan, when the southeastern states cried to Mr. President about the devastation the zone is undergoing because of erosion. In the conceptualization of this project, two other states in the south were joined to the 5 southeastern states, namely Edo and Cross River. So the project took off as populated by 7 states. Today there are 23 states in the project, and essentially what the project is about is prioritizing after identification of gully erosion sites, then prioritizing them according to the interests of the states, and of course designing mitigation measures and actually engaging through very transparent procurement processes service providers or contractors that eventually go to these sites and remediate the gullies.
Okay. You made mention of the fact that this project is sponsored by the World Bank.
Assisted by the World Bank.
Assisted by the World Bank. All right. So how much have you received from the World Bank so far?
So far, Abia State has spent close to $50 million from the World Bank, and the state government's own contribution so far has been up to 750 million naira.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's look at the erosion sites. How many erosion sites do we have, and how many is getting attention right now?
A recent study that we carried out in 2017 shows that as at that time there were at least 279 active gullies in Abia State. Between that time and now, we've been able to do other supplementary studies, and we can tell you that we do not have less than 350 active gullies in Abia State, and so far Newmap has been able to intervene effectively in 5 mega sites. That tells you that the work Newmap is doing is only a pilot project and a way of showing us how best to handle these things, and then it behooves the state government and other stakeholders to build on what is being done now and scale it up to be able to respond to the myriads of problems that we have in this area. All
right, you made mention of 5. Yes. So far, can you
the first site was at Ume Sulu in Isialangwa North local government area, and then the second site is Amuzukwu Ibeku in Umuahia North, and the third site is Amoda Achara in Umunochi local government area, and the fourth site is Umuagwi Ibeku kum Umuoda Isingu also in Umuahia North, and the fifth site is Umuogele Umuapu also in Isialangwa North local government area. There are other sites, however, whose designs have been completed and approved by the World Bank, and we are waiting in the appropriate time to be able to begin to process engagement of contractors that will do the execution of the civil works.
All right. So what is going on with the Abia site?
Okay, Abia site is one of my reasons for being in the studio this morning.
All right.
Just like you rightly said when you were introducing Newmap, essentially we intervene in gully sites. But over time, we have started to scale up to other areas of or other forms of land or environmental degradation, and that's what is taking us to Abia. What we're doing in Abia is mitigation of flood.
Okay.
Those who understand Abia and the residents there, as they are listening, will agree with us that Abia is essentially a rolling and flat terrain, and there are 4 particular spots in Abia that are the lowest in the areas where they are. There is the 4 Bara Pond, there is the Orata Pond, there is the Umabai Pond somewhere in Ubohia Road in Oweraba, and of course the very popular Ndieguru flood disaster area in Ohanko. Okay. So this project, with the support of the World Bank, has been able to prepare designs for mitigation of flood in these 4 areas. But for the purposes of because of paucity of funds and to be able to allow other states to benefit from the project, we had to prioritize to advertise only 2 out of these 4, and the 2 are Orata Pond and Umuabai Pond. So the job will entail our doing underground channels from Orata Pond at Orata by Port Harcourt Road, and take it along Port Harcourt Road and come to Ngwa Road, and then we'll take another tunnel from Oweraba, Umuabai, along Obohia Road, and both of them will intersect at Obohia by Ngwa Road. Okay. And then we take a central tunnel that will take the 2 of them and discharge at the Abia River, what we popularly call the water side at Abia. So, but there are things contingent upon that project. While the tunneling work is being done to draw stormwater away, we will also be working on the roads. Okay. So that we see us reconstructing Ngwa Road, that we see us reconstructing the whole of Obohia Road, that we see us reconstructing a section of Port Harcourt Road and a section of Orata Road.
All right, so has the job started, and so far so good?
Yes, the job is already on course. The contractor resumed in June this year. It's about a month old, and what they're doing now are basic palliatives. They're trying to make Obohia Road accessible. Okay. I think for the first time in about 20 years, vehicular traffic does not use Obohia Road. And for them to access the pond from where they have to draw off stormwater, they have to make that road accessible. So they're very busy doing most of those palliatives, and they are almost at the pond area now. All
right. So what's the estimate, the duration for this job, actually?
Initially, the design was for 30 months, but we're giving Abians 15 months to deliver on that project.
Okay.
We're able to halve the lifespan of that project and make sure that within the next 15 months, the project will be delivered.
Okay, within the next 15 months, the project will be delivered. We're looking at delivering this project within the next 15 months. Sure. Now, are there any challenges so far?
Yeah. First, the habit of the Abia residents.
Okay.
Solid waste management is a major impediment to the work we do, and I'm sorry to say our people in Abia do not manage solid waste very well. If you go to Obohia Road now, you see that all the drains there are clogged and all seated up with a lot of garbage. Our people cannot handle solid waste. Our people cannot clean their drains, even the drains in front of their houses. Our people do not manage how their life is affected by their environment. If you go through the Nkwongwa area, you discover that even though the market is on both flanks of the road, left and right, people have left the market and they are trading right at the center of the road. Not only do they hamper the movement of equipment, they also generate a lot of waste that distorts the environment as we are walking. Another challenge we have is that of great expectations. Because of the legendary delivery that we have in previous projects, almost everyone wants a Newmap to come to their aid, and people expect a miracle. People expect that overnight, after their case is brought to our attention, we should move equipment in there. It doesn't actually work that way. But what can we do? We're working.
So with the rains now, the rains coming in day by day, is it hampering the work?
Yeah. That one, we call it an act of God, and so we don't make so much noise about it. And more so, there are also activities within the work frame that can be handled while the rains are on. So that's why no serious construction person makes a lot of noise about the rain. It's natural. We can't wish it away. All we just do is we tweak our plans a little bit and find out the things that we can be doing now. Our pace surely will be reduced. There's so much we cannot do now, but in the long run, we will keep busy, no matter how marginal, so that once the rains are over, we'll hit the ground running again.
All right, so aside the Abia project, what future projects are we looking at?
The design for Dodds Methodist Church Gully in Uzuakole has been completed, and we are looking at the next available opportunity from the World Bank. We will advertise that project. We also have a design ready for the gully in Eluamuke on Hofia. It's been totally designed, ready for award. We also have a design going on for Umunnoch at the Nkwago local government. We've also completed a design for the Oguduasa, which recently we learnt that the Ecological Fund has awarded. I'm sure that the government will be up and doing to know how we can synergize with whoever is going to be that contractor, because we have a very good design that we believe will solve that problem, and the government of the state has spent heavily in preparing that design.
Okay.
Anything we can do to support that contractor, I'm sure the state government will be willing to do that. While that is also going on, we are looking at not just mitigating the effects of gully erosion, but also trying to stop incipient gullies. We don't have to spend all the hundreds of millions that the state can scarcely afford trying to work on land degradation. We could actually identify gullies at the point where they're forming and find a way to work at them. So in that respect, we've singled out about 40 small sites, and we've grouped them into clusters in the local government areas where they are, and our consultants are busy preparing our designs so that portions that require very little money to take care of them and nip them in the bud so they don't have to develop to become very serious gullies. We're also looking at that. Beyond that, also we have embarked on the use of bioengineering or bioremediation to combat erosion, helping our people, teaching them how to plant trees and grasses, teaching them how to do water harvesting within their environment, how to introduce green areas when they're building their houses, and all of that. We believe that anything we do to prevent will be very good. Because of the climate change challenge, we are not just limiting ourselves to mitigation activities. We're also looking at adaptation. What do we do to reduce the incidence or the occurrence of such things? And because of that, the project is developing programs that are aimed at adaptation and reducing the adverse effects of climate change.
All right, you made mention of planting of trees. What are the benefits of planting trees as regards erosion?
Primarily, the roots of trees and grasses help to hold the soil together. They help to provide cover for the soil. Erosion is just about water percolating from a point and running down a slope, and then finding loose earth that is not covered and then washing it away. It might just begin as sheet erosion, washing a continuous uniform surface away, and then eventually to begin to cut deep into the soil and then create rills and rivulets, and then it can expand and begin to have gullies. So when we have trees and grasses planted, we create cover for the soil and we reduce the propensity of storm water to wash away the soil.
All right, thank you so much. We have the project coordinator Newmap with us this morning discussing the way forward as regards erosion in Abia State. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere.
My name na Lady T. Professional Wi-Fi tapper. Hotel, eatery, anywhere where I see free Wi-Fi, I must enter. No Wi-Fi like this, Lady T don't japa. See, as guy, direct access to hotspot go show whether we go see later or never. But man, life no suppose get this kind wahala. That's now why with Airtel new plans for data, like 6 GB for just 1,500 naira, I don't get more data to take do shakara.
Get more out of life with the new Airtel data plans, like 6 GB for 1,500 naira. Dial *141# now Data is life.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Well, thank you for being there. Like we said, we have the project coordinator Newmap with us this morning discussing the way forward for Abia erosion sites, looking mainly at the Abia project.
That's right.
Okay, so we need to wrap up the show right now. What have you not said?
So much. Let's say this, just in addition to all the things we've been saying. We are expecting and we are pleading for great cooperation from residents in Abia, and we're also raising a yellow flag to warn our people. First, we need to cooperate with these service providers, these contractors as they come in, so that we do not make their work difficult. They have actually come to help us, nothing more. They might be looking for accommodation, they might be looking for a place as a plant yard, they might be looking for where to drop refuse, they might be even looking for local hands that can do one thing or the other for them. There has to be a trickle down, a local content to what we're going to do, and we encourage our Abia residents to be very cooperative and supportive of what the contractors will be doing. On the yellow flag thing, we want to announce that we are not mindful of, we are not ignorant of the impact of having fellows who are not part of our society coming in to join us, perhaps spending money in hard currency and so on and so forth, and the challenges it might pose to people of easy virtue and what have you. Whereas we are raising our own internal mechanism to rein in workers from the contractor fold to make sure that they do not engage in gender-based violence against the women folk. We also warning our people to respect themselves and behave as they ought to. We don't want a situation where the job is finished and we're having a lot of complications here and there. I don't want to go beyond that. Okay. Let me also say that part of what we're going to do is trying to enhance and improve on the livelihood of the people we are meeting in those local communities, and we are encouraging people from those communities to take advantage of whatever offer that we are bringing to them in those areas. The World Bank has two major twin objectives: one, to reduce abject poverty, and two, to boost shared prosperity. So in line with that, it will be very hard for us to leave people worse than we met them. So we want our people to take advantage of the coming of that project. Let me also add that please, nobody should politicize this project. It is a project of the state government. The state government attracted the project. The state government is paying the counterpart fund. The entire project is state-led. It is only with funding assistance from the World Bank. And I know that our people, because of some political leanings, want to attribute one project to one place or the other. Please, let's just comport ourselves and make sure we get the best of the benefits that we can from this activity.
All right. Thank you so much, Engineer Izuchukwu Owuhara, for stopping by today and telling us all we need to know about the Abia Erosion project. But before you leave, I would love for you to reemphasize the benefits of planting trees and all those things to, prevent erosion for us in our own little way.
As a way of helping the environment to regenerate, as a way of having a beautiful environment, as a way of restricting and reducing the impact of erosion, we are all encouraged to please plant grasses, plant trees. Let's have green veggies and green areas in our compounds. Everything must not be interlock tiled. Everything must not be concretized. Let there be the opportunity for grasses and trees to grow so that the surface of the soil can be bare and water can sink in. It will reduce the amount of runoff that will eventually cause erosion. When we do it also, the trees help to generate the carbon dioxide. They take carbon dioxide, they generate the oxygen that we need to survive. So it's a win-win situation for us if we plant trees and grasses around us.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have yourself a lovely day.
Thank you, and you too.
And that's the end of the program. Thank you for listening. Up